David, brother. Hold your hand. Let me do some of the talking, man. You gonna bust all the mark tonight? David, brother. Listen, man. In this Pappyshow land, nearly everything is a Pappyshow. Colin Imbert today proved beyond a shadow of a doubt that he is capable of listening and writing down. You short, stunting, gargoyle son of a bitch, I listen to you. I listen to you there, pose and posture, stunt and pontificate, pose, preen, tumble and twist in the people parliament. Not one of those peppery ideas existed in any of your manifestos. Before the advent of PEA and PEP, you didn't know these things. You know them now. You proved beyond the shadow of a doubt that you could listen and write stuff down. But I'm going to expose you, you stunting, short, gargoyle son of a bitch. And from tonight, I'm putting everybody on notice. All my haters, all are getting exposed. First, this week here, there were elections in the country. 90,000 PNM registered members. 200 come out and vote. 90,000. 200 vote. Less than 4%. What's the message, Rowley? Nobody like you. Sharon don't like you. Your children don't like you. They just make excuses. You had your two sons lying all over the world telling people everybody else is their daddy. For 31 years, you signed the people on them parliament document and lie. I only had 2 children when you know you had 4. You deceitful, lying son of a bitch. But we will deal, Keith Rowley, we will deal. A proper government will drag your ass before a court and make you answer you and your whole little stunting cabal. All you, put on all your silky drawers and pointy shoes and hope and pray. But you see the message PNM sent? That message, good evening to my brothers and sisters in the PNM. I have 1,000 people trying to add me as friend. I am at the limit. And of that 1,000 people, 50% is PNM. And 50% is UNC. And I know, tonight I spoke to a senior attorney, a senior, well-respected attorney. He said, Philip, the talk inside the real PNM, not the rowdy bullshit 1% cabal shit that we're trying to vomit out. Inside the real PNM, they're saying Philip coming home. I say, oh gosh, man, don't talk that talk outside in the public. People will think I pull a Rocky Garcia and take a bag of money. Don't talk that outside there now, man. I don't want people to think I pull one of them stunters, take a bag of money. Inshan Ishmael. All you know why Inshan? I hold this back. I was holding it back till elections. But I say, you know what, Fred, that? All you know why Inshan just follow me so close? Jealous bad. Jealous bad. Jealousy does eat people inside out like cancer, you know. Inshan jealous bad. I tell you why Inshan jealous bad. Inshan trying to be something of importance in the Congress of the People and get spit out. Trying to be something of importance in the UNC and get spit out. Trying to be something of importance in the ILP. The whole ILP gets spit out. All you know, Inshan Ishmael formed a political party and the whole country spit him out. You all didn't know that? People say, Philip, if it wasn't for you talking about parties like PACT and OIC, we'd have never known them party exists. It's like CNC3, who didn't know that Tobago had no bread. Till I tell the nation Sunday morning, 3 days, no bread. CNC3, rush and cover that. You rush and cover that. That's why you're hoping and praying, eh, Sabga? You're hoping and praying you could get your boy, your puppet Faris Al-Rawi to shut down social media so you could lock it down and hold it. because I put in the information out in the public space and it burning all your ass. Ain't. Let me talk now. Ensham, tell Trinidad and Tobago how many people ever join your political party. Tell Trinidad and Tobago, you see, if I was posturing here as a Christian with a big cross around my neck, like all your partner Coffee, who building castle and boat. The man built a restaurant, nightclub looking like a boat on tide. Poor people suffering money. Coffee, who boasting all over the world what his daughters could do. I'm waiting for the mark to bust, you know. You see when thing happen, all you look for it, eh? Coffee, you see that? What you doing there? You're sending bait. Bait let's bring thing, eh? But we gonna stick up in. But if I was doing like Inshan, because I want to bust up this little son of a bitch, you know. Inshan Ishmael, only claim to fame is he's drag poor Muslim people along. Like Abu Bakr. That's what they just do. Drag people by their religion along and fool them. If I was here tonight with a big cross and every second verse was one from Galatians or St. Paul, Mark, or Corinthians, I would pull the Christian vote. But I'm here representing all of the people. Without fooling Muslim people, nobody following Inshan Ishmael. The man had the prophetic audacity to form a political party. Research this and laugh. The man had the prophetic audacity to form a political party and call it One Voice. And nobody ever joined that party. It's still only one voice in that party, Inshan Ishmael. You stunting son of a bitch. And you want to come and give me talk? You're going to give me talk, you jealous little ass? Winston Ragu. This is a next smart man. Winston Ragu now, his claim to fame, all of these shitons, all of them, they realize to get numbers on social media, talk about Philip Edward Alexander. Let me bust up this banana man, this taxi driver, Winston Ragu, this banana importer, this Ganga Singh backhoe driver, Winston Ragu, on Facebook, calling my name, fool Indian people and tell them he's a seer man, and have Indian people giving him money. Oh shit, man. Listen, have some decency, some self-respect, and some sense, nah, man. If you could have seen around the corner, you think Winston Ragu would be ducking the bank right now, trying to come and take his car? He would have seen the lotto numbers and win. Winston Ragu's problem, and I want him to hear me say these words, is that every time he look at his girlfriend, he know I was there first. And he can't deal with that. Your second brother. You could want to be me as much as you want. But hold your corner now. Stay in your lane. There could be only one. I watch a handful jump out themselves from the PEP and go on and find this fella. This Canadian, Ahmed Khan, AJ Khan. He formed a little Pelter Stone party about 9 years ago. And if you listen to him, he cured cancer. He invented the diesel engine and the internet. He do everything. He have more degrees than a thermometer, but if you listen to him talk, you realize he brings nothing of substance to the table. Another copy and paste artist in our school. But these couple of people who wanted to have their own way in the PEP jump out and went and find him and join his party and catch him. He said the party growing in leaps and bounds. It had 100 members. But when you had none before, 100 is a leap and a bound. And they posting and they sharing and they getting 0 views. They pelting money behind videos. 50,000 shares, 50,000 views. Because anything come up in your news feed sponsored. If you send it in 5 million people news feed, somebody go click. I mean, the biggest thing on the internet is cats. Cats. That is the biggest thing on the internet. If you post a picture of a cat playing with a ball, it just get 100,000 views. So you could spend enough money behind a video and get 50,000 views. But when you click the video and you look, 4 comments, 4 shares. That means even though you've attracted us to check and see what you're sharing, nobody interested in what you're selling. Nobody. All of it done. And all of it dead. Dead. And all you who learn and point out the fill format, throw out a video, play some soca. You know, I mean, it's my style. Ronald Moses told me in the gym tonight, Philip, why you don't just be an advisor to all the governments? Because imitation is the sincerest form of flattery. I said, while that may be so, I could never be an accomplice to the criminality of the PNM and the UNC. Vasant Bharat and his 1% Indian squad, Stephen Cadiz and Stacey Rupnarai, have nowhere to go but some money to spend from Bhagwan Singh and them, who want more power in the UNC than they have, and they bet on the wrong horse. They bet on a jackass. Vasant Bharat have nowhere to go. There was a fella named Dane Wilson. He fighting with Inshan Ishmael to be the one to dirty my name the most. Dane Wilson run for elections in the PNM. And even though 4% of the people vote, he only get 1 vote. Now I'm asking Dane Wilson tonight, was that your vote, Dane? Did you vote for you? You want to give me talk? The Progressive Empowerment Party is the fastest growing party in the country's history. You come on my Facebook and you see 70,000 people. That's not bought and paid for from Afghanistan, India, and China. That's 20 people liking up themselves, expatiating on the wall. When my video done at the end of the night, I just have to go and read 1,000 comments. They just watch them, watch the live. I can't see my face in the camera. They be talking up a storm. They feel this is their home, Dane. A next guy named Miguel Donawa, 16 votes. Well, like you bring out your whole family. When all you can't even accomplish standing upright, stop trying to disrespect your betters. No, we do not want Vasant Bharat. We do not want Stacey Rupnarai. We do not want Stephen Cadiz. Those are double-tongued, deceitful, hypocritical, lying sons of bitches that when they were in power, didn't know the things they know now. All of a sudden, like Basleo Pandey all over tongue with a stethoscope, want to listen to your heart and tell you what you have. Pandey who know now he know now that the solution is constitutional reform. He ain't telling you what he reforming, because it sounds big enough that you could fool enough people to come along and say, let me see where bar's going now. Let me see where bar's going. And they have a reason. I want to bust up all my detractors tonight. The selfie queen. The selfie queen. Of course, there will be 200 men every morning looking to see a picture of you in your latest dress. But this is politics. This is not a fashion show. At some point, you're going to have to have substance other than what you don't like. And you're going to have to be able to come out yourself and tell people like Michaela. Michaela forming a political party based only on her name is Pandey. That is it. Because they have no clue, no idea. She telling Trinidad and Tobago she wants to be a bigger, better Kamala. What does that mean? What does that mean? The entire political landscape is littered with shit snakes, has-beens, and never-wills. And I don't mind. I just stand up strong. I'm not like Dilworth and them fellows who are posts behind the OIC banana bird. I hear. This is my face. Them 3 names. My mother and my father give me all. I am here every day, every night, all day, all night. My Facebook is open to the world. You know how to be my friend to write on my wall. All you know that. All you know that. And all of these political shit snakes that outside there, brain for your vote. Tell them stay in all your lane. It is time for real representation. Tonight I had to ask Colin Imbert, and I wrote something tonight. And I want you to hear it. A man named Philip Franco heard this policy, and because he owned 4 apartments, he gave X. Because he said he's a landowner, he's a land baron. And he doesn't agree with the PP's housing policy. You see, I am a developer. This policy I am about to read to you affects my business, but it is in the best interest of my country. And unlike the rest of the Jackass clan, I understand that it is better I eat little and live long than try and gorge and then know. But we live in a broken country because everybody trying to see if them could reach the dinner table first and take all the food. And don't expect that they will get all kind of cough and kick from hungry people. This message was sent tonight to both the PNM and the UNC and their financiers, my family, the 1%ers who own 100 houses. I have family members who own 100 houses in this 2x4 country who can't explain where the money come from. I sent a message to Faris Al-Rawi, the Attorney General, and this is what I am about to read to you here. The Progressive Empowerment Party is a serious political vehicle. And if Fazir Mohammed had an ounce of self-respect, he would bring me back on his show tomorrow to discuss part 2 of Is Keith Rowley a Jackass? I am sure if he brought me on his show tomorrow and invited me to discuss if Keith Rowley is in fact a jackass and opened the phone lines, everybody would call and say, that man, Keith Rowley, is an absolute jackass. An old woman messaged me, she said, son, she say you break my heart. I never thought I'd be anything but as a PNM. As a PNM, I tell you, as a PNM, since as a child, Eric Williams was my God. But you mash up everything. You break my whole heart and you open my eyes and you make me see what them nasty PNM people do me and my whole family. She said, now as a pepper and you better do break my heart twice. I say, moms, look at me. This is not what I wanted to be doing with my life. I still relatively young, charming and good looking. I like to go disco dancing and spend time on the beach. This is not what I wanted to be doing with this part of my life. Here I am. It is only as a rescue mission for my country because I don't want to be one of those people who land somewhere else and have to learn a new accent. I had a girlfriend once, we dropped her to the airport, she went Barbados and came back 2 days later with an American accent. She have it to this day. I can't learn accent so fast. The Progressive Empowerment Party believes that not only can you not tax a nation into prosperity, but that a property tax on the primary residence is the opposite message that society wants to be sending. It is anti-savings, anti-family, anti-hard work, and is the product of simple minds incapable of understanding that for the nation as a whole to prosper, the communities must rise, because a nation is a collection of communities. And for that to happen, we need to protect and encourage the development of the home. The PEP will not only abolish any and all property taxes leveled at the primary residence of the nation's families, but would instead reverse this macabre notion through the financing of first-time homes to first-time homeowners up to $1.5 million at zero deposit, zero interest for up to 30 years. Now, this point of the conversation is where the knuckle draggers just get vexed. Where that money coming from? Slow your roll, stay in your lane. This is not a 2-verse chorus. The cost of that deferred interest would be saved billions of times over through savings in national security, cost to the justice system and the penal system, all of which will benefit from a society righting itself through the most important crucible of development, the family. Home ownership is integral to the development of the family. Any shortfalls made up abolishing any and all taxes on primary residences, listen to this, my 1% family friends hold all your stones. Because if the PEP forms government, this will be your reality. Any shortfalls made up abolishing any and all taxes on primary residents will be more than made up in an escalating tax on second, third, fourth properties, until by the 10th property, if you own 10 houses, you would be paying 100% of the value to the state every year, which would have the effect of discouraging the hiding of proceeds of corruption and crime, especially and including the illegal drug trade and money laundering in real estate, which has created an artificial shortage and pushed the prices of homes outside the reach of the average law-abiding citizen. When Krishna Bahadur Singh had finished building Westmoreland's, townhouses used to sell for $125,000. 20 years later, those same townhouses is $3.5 and $4 million. Explain that. This policy would also act as a land reform ordinance and encourage the owners of idle land holdings to develop them or put them for sale. It is time for a government of all the people and not the exceedingly lucky. Those who after one term in public office acquired 20 upscale houses, or those with a little cloth store or restaurant or scant means of income who can suddenly boast hundreds of millions of dollars in a real estate portfolio. I have heard the current Attorney General talk about his government going after the proceeds of crime. The Progressive Empowerment Party, through this announcement of this policy, in one move, telegraphs a rescue to the nation as a whole, sees the PNM's move and raises it to where the real criminals have been hiding all along. It is time all of society's advantages were removed from the exclusivity of the 1% and made available to all the people of this nation. I would like to also send a message to both Keith Rowley and Faris Al-Rawi in particular, as well as former members of the Kamala Prasad-Bissessa government, that I look forward to being engaged in this particular discussion. Colm, I want to talk about your developments in Diego Martin and Glencoe and certain PNM ministers who own apartments in your development, who had fortunate positions in control of town and country and local government at the time. We will address and we will deal with these issues as a proper government, disconnected. When Peter George sat down and told Anthony Baudet that the 1%, the Syrians, it's only about 5,000 a week, but we are the most powerful in the country. I asked him, Peter George, what does that mean? Most powerful how? In what? Money? Restaurant? Club? Olive oil for dipping? What? What made you the most powerful, Peter George? You see, if the people of this country had an ounce of self-respect, that day all your business interests would have collapsed on your ego, your hubris, and your arrogance. They would have pulled all of their business, all of their money, all of their support, all of your staff would have resigned in a huff and left you and your family scrambling to make sandwich in the morning, trying to stay powerful in a nation where if you don't understand the value of the collective, then you could kiss our collective ass. When Mario Sabga Abu told the nation that he built 126, I am the Starbucks of the Caribbean. When he said he built 120, you see, Peter George Sr. destroyed his son, Peter George Jr., owner of Trotters. He destroyed his little political career. And Peter George Jr. used to be on TV with Hema and Fazir and Vernon O'Reilly on one-on-one. But now they will never call him back, because they will have to ask him to answer for the arrogance and the hubris of his father. Because the first question any journalist would ask Peter George Jr., do you agree with your father? Anywhere else in the civilized world, that's how it's done. Do you agree with your father that the Syrian community in Trinidad is the most powerful? If all other races withdrew from the Syrian community tonight, if tomorrow Mikey Aboud went to Amalgamated to find that all of the Africans and the Indians have decided that they no longer want to be security guards, what do you think will happen to Mikey Aboud and Amalgamated Security? Who will drive justice on time? Who will twirl baton outside the hospital? Mikey Aboud himself. How much Syrian you could get to jump in and drive justice on time for your Mikey? The entire Syrian community was to distance itself from Mario Sabga Aboud and Peter George Sr. And they said, we may be only 5,000, but we are the most powerful. In a country where people had self-respect, Gregory Aboud would have gone open Queen Street corner tomorrow and have to stand up in that doorway and write them little piece of paper. How much yard you want? How much yard? How much yard? For his friggin' self. That is true. Veni and Chinese and Nigerian will get the work. But even if you give Veni and Chinese and Nigerian the work, who you going to sell the cloth to? Who you going to sell the rituals, coffee to? Who you going to sell the Pizza Boys, Subway, KFC dinner box to? If the people in this country had an ounce of self-respect and they said that you think that you are the most powerful, then you don't need my business. And I, as a proud black man, or I, as a proud Indian man, or I, as a proud Chinese man, will go and find people that look like me, who need some of my power too, and shut your stunting ass. But we will address that too. You see, my Syrian family don't like when I talk so. But from that night, I was ashamed to be Syrian, half Syrian. I'm a half of 1%. I was ashamed to be half Syrian twice in my life. Growing up, when I was growing up in the 80s, they used to spit on Syrian people. We really had it rough. We were worse and lower on the social rung than black people. And you tell me all kind of thing. Everything you're going to think of. And then all of a sudden, Syrian people magically get money. And they get some respect, because in this country, people don't care how you get your money, as long as you get some, because in case you might break off some for them. People will bad talk you until you're successful. And when you make it, what does Bob Marley say? Remember and bring that back to you. But in case you have an opportunity to help them, all of a sudden, I used to watch Brian Lara out for duck and they cuss that boy. And then he hit 375. He was always the best. All you see, batsman. The same people who was the same people who called Anya Ayongchi a porn star and a whore. Remember she video? Her video, Anya Ayongchi saved Gary Hunt, you know. Gary Hunt was a next arrogant, egotistical jackass and put up a flag in the stadium that cost 2.1 million at the time. Nowadays, it's the same. If somebody tell you to put up a flag in the stadium and cost $15 million, you cuss. Trinidad was cussing that man, and the more he opened his mouth to the media, he was lambasting Trinidadians. This little half-white, I know what the hell Gary Hunt is, lambasting Trinidadians and telling them, all you know what is the price of national pride, a $2 million flag. It's the price of national pride. I gonna build 16 more. When I say they're going to lynch this son of a bitch, Manning, you better pull down your boy, because your boy pissing people off. And that night, Anya porn video drop, and everybody in the country wanted to see Anya and Miss Japan. Oh, remember that? Anya and Miss Japan, and the photographer. And everybody forget Gary Hunt, because we are people like that, you know. We just separate our food and our plate, because we could only chew one thing at a time. We could only chew one thing at a time, so we were chewing that boy. And when Anya come, the whole country forget Gary Hunt and the flag. And the smartest thing Gary Hunt ever did after that was shut up. And I gave him points for that. He shut up since. But the same people who was cussing Anya and telling Trinidadians she was Miss Trinidad and Tobago, she's a whole hoe, she win Project Runway. That was always Miss Pa. Me and Anya used to run jockey in the road. We hypocritical like that. But in Trinidad and Tobago, the only reason why this country is a third world, banana republic, shithole, cesspool, narco state, is because the people, we have no self-respect. Mario Sabga Aboud, all 126 Starbucks of the Caribbean, was to shut down. 2 weeks in the bus. All you needed to do was withhold your business in all 126 stores for 48 hours. The bank cannot move on him. Because if the bank didn't move on him, then that meant he built them 126 stores cash. He ain't owing nobody. And that means Mario have a gold mine in his backyard. Because there's 126 stores he told the world he built in 10 years, 1 a month. He don't know how he exposed himself and how close they came to destroying the entire Syrian community's economic, financial situation in this country. For a minute, it could have gone anyway. Anyway, all them donut and burger and thing that throw away. Because the people that say is the most powerful. Be powerful without my business. Be powerful without my consumption. I want to see you be powerful without my labor, you stunting, arrogant, egotistical son of a bitch. Daughter come on the video, some relative of him to tell me, hard work. Kiss my half-red ass child. I know. And I wait for the opportunity to have parliamentary privilege. A man said today, I tell them, this one piss somebody. You know, the sycophants, they're so broken in their mind. They don't know what to fight for. They don't know what to fight for again, so they fight anything you say. But this one, gone viral. Because the people need to hear plans and policies like this. Before the budget was read. Remove blue light privileges. Let ministers and members of parliament sit in traffic like the rest of us and see how fast it gets fixed. The Progressive Empowerment Party would pass this as a law with immediate effect. No more blue lights. Make it law that all public office holders and their families must get medical attention and public health. And see how fast it gets brought to first world level. This is also a pet policy. One of the PEP senior members said, Philip, shouldn't we say we would at least allow them to go and seek healthcare elsewhere? And I want to say yes, because it sounds nice, rational. But the point of the post is, the people in the cabinet have the power to fix it. If Colin Imbert had to go and sit down in the cabinet and cuss, only have my mother lying down on a bed smelling a piss, the Minister of Health had to get up and go and fix that shit. You could imagine cabinet running late and Rowley saying, where Faris, boy? When he asked his Faris reached 45 minutes late. He said, you know I coming from south? You know they have traffic all down that highway? Rohan had to get up and go and fix it. When you see they come in, when Randall Mitchell had to come and say, boy, my child passed from Mokorapo, boy. Garcia, what's going on? Garcia's supposed to be able to say all schools operate at the same high standard, so you don't have to worry which side of Mokorapo Road you're on. Fatima, Mokorapo, same good school. You see, it is the cabinet. And if you get it, they will get it. The Chinese say, when the people lead, the leaders follow. If you get this one thing at all, want a better country, end the special treatment for public office holders. When there is no water in the communities where ministers and members of parliament live, water trucks must fill all the neighbors' water tanks first before attending to the public office holder. Remove the exorbitant salaries and perks and the tax-free status and housing allowance so that their families are left budgeting, trying to stretch their dollars to cover all expenses and needs. That way, when they sit to discuss budgets and taxes, they will not need reminding how hard life is for everyone else out there. As an incentive and a replacement, because I think that if I do a good job as Prime Minister, you should bless me. If I come and make everybody life happy, give me a blessing. You know, and I want to say this, on a Saturday in Pep headquarters, people just bring all kind of food for me. You know? If you see things that just come and share. Anybody who was ever at a Pep meeting on a Saturday could tell you, halfway through the meeting, it's just food after food after food is be sharing, you know, food. And that is the members trying to show you how thankful. And you see that part of human Trini nature, you can't find that nowhere else in the world. I love my people for that. As an incentive, at the end of their term, depending on how much they have improved the lives of the people, let the people vote them the size of the bonus they think they deserve, starting from $0. Want a better nation? End the royalty and big shot syndrome. Give your public servants reason and incentive to actually serve. It's time you voted a government into office whose prime concern is fixing the problems, undoing and redoing the failed institutions and organizations of state, and rebooting the republic. For 56 years, we have voted race, anger, and bacchanal, and have gotten more of the same in return. Isn't it time you tried something different? Voted for people who actually seem to care and sound as if they know what they might be doing. Vote yourself a better nation where the well-being of the citizens is the prime concern of the government. That had the sycophants vex. How you could tell them the children had to go to which school they passed for? We have this upside down, inside out, twist and broken notion that what you're trying to get when you get elected to office is an advantage over everybody else and not an opportunity to serve. The Minister of Education must be so sure of the quality of education in the nation's schools that he care where each child go. Wherever you go, same high quality education. You know, a snack pack in Chagonas and a snack pack in Tacarigua must be the same as a snack pack in Degomate. If we could do that for chicken and chips, what kind of education? Why, if I cross Mokorapo Road, on one side is Fatima Prestige School, and on the other side is Mokorapo Fail School. How could that exist on the same piece of road? How? And nobody find that it is an abomination and an insult to anything like management of this nation. How come nobody has said twin Mokorapo and Fatima? Friend, cross the road, twin them. Let the leadership of Mokorapo meet with the leadership of Fatima, and let the leadership of Mokorapo explain all of the concerns and the drawbacks and the problems that prevents their children from performing to the level of Fatima. The moment you do that, you create a community and you link Fatima and Mokorapo, and them children growing up together, high society, low society, but we know each other and we was in school together and we worked together, and I could give you a job because my father, I could recommend you because I went to school with you. But we live in a nation where ministers and members of parliament are elected to royalty. We want to see them drive it bling. As you get elected, you know the next stop is Mercedes-Benz. Because they need to fling it out. A woman had actually wrote on her customs declaration when you come into Trinidad, your purpose for visit. And she wrote, to wine and fling it up. That is me. That is me. Somebody told me today there was a factory and the security guard was told that the management found out that people were stealing. So make sure to check everything. And this guard was every day, he would check the wheelbarrows full of material that they bring out at the end of the day from in the factory, just to make sure that was being stolen. It's only months later they find out that it was the wheelbarrows they were stealing. The gravel was the distraction. This country knew that it was supposed to diversify this country's economy away from oil and gas when the whole world went into a recession. This country knew that since the 80s, but nobody acted on it. This country knew, it knew that we were supposed to move the energy sector from 90% of our income down to 33%. Because there are companies, massive companies, there are companies in the world that hire more employees than we have people in Trinidad and Tobago. This is a nation where our honey is the best in the world, our cocoa is the best in the world, our pepper is the second best in the world. How's a man tonight? Why isn't all of Caroni land growing Moruga scorpion pepper and all of ETEC, all them abandoned factory making pepper spray? There's buy 50 million pepper spray a month. How come our Moruga scorpion pepper is the primary ingredient in pepper spray? How come we, Trinidad and Tobago, not cornering the market in pepper spray? You could put the entire Louisiana works for Tabasco, Atlanta works for Coca-Cola, Pennsylvania works for Hershey's. There is signature products. This is a nation that cocoa, Angostura, pepper could alone carry the nation. Our honey, we could diversify. Toko honey. They have people in the world that tell you are looking for honey from Toko. Toko honey. Why we cannot see past the stunting bullshit, ego, hubris, arrogance, nonsense of trying to be the Starbucks of the freaking Caribbean and actually contribute to the society. Rituals brings nothing of substance to Trinidad and Tobago. Hong Wing should have had 126 stores because Hong Wing is Trinidad coffee. We upside down, inside out, and twist round. Mario Sabga with his rituals and his pizza boys and his burger boys and his donut boys and his American copycat food could kiss my ass. El Pecos should have 126 stores. El Pecos sells Trinidad food and Trinidad restaurants supposed to be able to be the Starbucks of the Caribbean. Hong Wing should be the Starbucks of the Caribbean, not freaking rituals selling American Lavazza coffee. Miss me with your bullshit, Abood. Trinidadians should be tired of you and your nonsense. Want to tell people, oh, this is the most powerful. When I tell you that, stick in my crow, I'm ashamed of my half-seriousness. Shame of it. If I could have cut it off and throw it away, I'd throw it away after that video. We only 5,000, but we're the most powerful. And I think how that power could disappear. I ain't talking about fellas like Carlos Sabga and Tony Sabga. When you're dead, you're gone. No matter how much money you had, you're gone. You're dead and gone. But you want to come and say that you're powerful? How are you powerful? You rely on every other race in the country to work and prop up your freaking business and then come and spend their hard-earned money in your business to make you successful. You are not powerful. You are lucky. And there is a difference. And I am happy to be the one to expose your bullshit. It is time for everybody in this country to come back together and work as one people under one flag. Our honey could have diversified this economy. Our pepper could have diversified this economy. Our cocoa could have diversified this economy. Angostura could have diversified this economy. We could have been growing organic sugar for specialty age rums. We have no vision, we have no sense, we have no knowledge. We are led by peons and peasants. Carl Membert is a jackass. His boss Rowley is a bigger jackass. You cannot get wine from vinegar. You can't. These people have no class, no vision, no knowledge, no value to the national conversation. You can't have stunting jackasses reading budgets year after year after year that only come up with different and unique ways to enslave and oppress the people. They don't want to give you hope and opportunity. They want you making sandwich in Subway kitchen and pulling baton. They want a nation of laborers and consumers. And it is time that we confronted and resolved that. You don't have to say a word. The most impressive revolutions are silent revolutions. Revolutions of the heart and of the mind. The day we unite the people of this country, where black people and Indian people see one another as family, all that bullshit done. PNM and UNC will collapse in a heap. 4%, brother, of your voters came out. Not even PNM like PNM anymore. It is time to stop this country from being a Pappyshow land. And I have no problem. I start this video calling out all of my detractors. I'll meet you in the street. Rowley want to talk his bullshit, come outside. Brother, I outside every single day. Meet me now. Your name, man? I will slap sense into that bald head. And we could televise it and sell the view in pay-per-view. Sabga News Network. Rumble in the jungle. You think you're bad, ain't? Because you're talking to a little doughboy, Rudal Munila. Monkey really know which street to climb. But I want to tell Trinidad and Tobago something. There are countries all over the world want to come and do business here. Not just the Chinese. Everything Carl Membert told you today was a lie. It was a cover for corruption. This is the most corrupt government in this nation's history. And they need to be fired. And you need to wake up. And you need to get yourself ready to stand in defense of your country. You need to fire them. Every single thing that he said today that is a deal with China is a cover for corruption. Hostile boats gives kickbacks to a local representative in Trinidad and Tobago that is shared between PNM members. But I promise you, from the top of Goodwood Park Hill, come down, justice will reign in this country. Vote the Progressive Empowerment Party government. Even if you find a way to go to Mars, brother, I'm following you. I know you. I know where you come from. I was there. I was there when Sparrow's son cut Anil Roberts' face. I was there. Gary Griffith was there too. I was there. I ain't come too long. Don't hide this shit from me. I want to be the man that tears down. I watch y'all. I watch y'all advantage the people of this country. I could have go my way. I could have pack up and go England or Canada and say, leave it to them. But I pray to God at night, give me the chance. Give me the chance to bring these sons of bitches to justice, to shame them in front of this nation. All of these Chamber of Commerce, front pew sitting, posing, stunting, posturing jackasses, telling the Prime Minister how to deal with crime when they are the biggest criminals in society. And yet to hear Gregory Aboud, who have the worst to say about illegal vending, mention one time Kiss Baking Company, who have broken the law the length and breadth of this country. But that is your clinking glass friend. So you can't talk about he, you stinking, dirty hypocrite. And it is all of you that I want to expose. I have cut ties with family and friends over the bullshit that passes for elite and high society in Trinidad and Tobago. I want to be accepted in Mova, Bitam, Lavantel, and Silots. I want to go Rapai Village and Caroni. I want them to love me there. I want them to say, yes, Mr. Philip, thank you. To whom much is given, much is expected. My strength was never to help the strong get stronger. To the PNM people who think I'm coming home to the PNM, not this bullshit. You come home to the PEP. To the UNC people who waiting for a link up and a join up. That will never happen. Christ will come here first. And he'll tell me to my face, the Progressive Empowerment Party, This party was created as a real political vehicle, an alternative to the madness that has passed for representation and government in this country. And if you want a better nation, it is up to you to stand up now. It is up to you. This Thursday night, we're doing a comprehensive review of the budget. If you want a better nation, it is time now. Stand up and be counted. Trinidad and Tobago is calling on you, looking to you. Rescue the country. I want to be the Prime Minister in this country that walks the length and breadth of Trinidad and Tobago without bodyguard and outriders. I want the people of this nation to feel when I am in their presence, family is family. We need to start to unite this nation. We must make sure nobody in government or leadership goes to bed at night as long as one person is hungry. What takes place, the madness in Riverside Car Park, all those homeless people left dead, taking weather, rain, breeze, all kind of madness. They're dealing with stray dogs, sleeping with them. We have no self-respect, and we have no respect for our brothers and sisters. No public official should go to bed at night, sleep in air-conditioned, cozy comfort while we have people living on the streets. Not in a country this wealthy. Madness.
If it is that who you're voting, baby, on the road. When you're voting, vote them out. Vote them out. If it is the moving to be your people out.
When you're voting,
vote them out. Vote them out. If it is the time is now, then
change must come about. Just as how you vote them in.
vote them
Bust
out.
the truth.
Register and vote them out. If they don't see, vote them out. Save your finger and vote them out.
Rescue this country.
Put them up in total skull and utter disdain. Let's put our country together again. Put them out of power.
Terminate the rain.
Let's put our country together again.
We will change that, Gemma. We will make sure our seniors are respected.
If for 20 years you voted them in,
And it's only tears as soon as they win. They give you big words that enslaves your soul, promising you roads and giving bottles. I listened to this stunting son of a bitch called Mbert say today that the PNM has a proud legacy through the HDC and the NHA of giving people high quality houses, houses that the low and the middle class otherwise wouldn't have been able to afford. But he is a deceitful liar, and the Bible says the devil does quote scripture. You hear that man say that and you didn't realize that the banks operate in this country under the easement and a license from the government. It is the government who dictate, and it is the government who says. And if that was a true and caring government, Unit Trust, First Citizens Bank and Home Mortgage Bank would have united and created a vehicle that guarantees home ownership, zero deposit, zero interest for 30 years for first-time homeowners. All other lending criteria apply. I want to tell you something. You see, poor people just pay their bills. Poor people just pay their loans. If you give a poor man or a poor woman a chance, they will come and they will pay that money. I know United Security Insurance was built on that. Colonial Life Insurance was built on that. That is what they built on. Poor people, Syrian community was built on. Go in and collect on your brown paper every week who owe you 50 cents and a 75 cents. And the poor people, even if they had to starve a little bit, They're paying the bills. It is them we need to lift. We need to be like a rising tide that lifts all boats. In Trinidad and Tobago, when you take a mortgage on a house at the end of the 20 years, you have paid 2 times plus the value of the house. The banking sector in Trinidad and Tobago need reining in and they need regulating. We need to open it to competition, and the government has a say. Coleman Burt is a liar and a double-tongued deceiver, and a real government, when given the chance at leadership, will expose him for the bullshit artist that he is.
If they are the reason why the economy goes proud, when you're voting, vote them out. Vote them out. If it is the passing laws that them alone can float, when you're voting, vote them out. Vote them out. If it is the building I
East, west, north, and south. If it's you, vote them in.
vote them out. Register and vote them out. Totally
Vote them out.
take your finger and
Vote them out.
rescue the country.
Vote them out.
Vote them out with tempo. They happy in vain.
Let's put our country.
Together again.
Put them out of power
So
and joyous refrain.
let's put our country together again.
Earlier in the live, Gemma said that we don't treat our seniors properly, and she's right. Our hospitals treat our seniors with scant courtesy and horrible disrespect. These people can't afford to live. There are elders who have spent their whole lives, their families gone to the 4 corners of the earth, scattered on the winds, and they're here eking out an existence. Can't afford food, can't afford tea and tech, can't afford to pay for the freaking cable, and we treating them like that. It is the elders that cut the road and built the land that we walk on today. If we can't respect those who came before and opened the door, what are we? What are we? This is a nation that is too wealthy to have left so many of its people behind. Vote yourself a government that understands that the well-being of the citizens is the function, purpose, and reason for government. Without you, we don't need them. It's like without you, Mario Sabga business closed down. Know that. Feel your power. That $2, $3 in your wallet, other businesses counting on that on their balance sheet. Spend it wisely. This Christmas coming here, raise all of these small men. Stop trying to impress other people. Live life with purpose. Live life with a plan. Start out now and say, what I have to spend, I will spend it by people who know my name, who when I in a jam will help me. That's how a community grows. We need to be that kind of nation. Be that kind of people again. Stop the stunting. Stop trying to play little America. Help your brother and sister rise, and they will carry you as they go. Trinidad and Tobago needs to be a better country for all of its people. One people under one flag. Red, white, black, green, and every shade in between. It is time we understood that. And the moment that we got that in our center of our being, we will have a revolution of hearts and minds. The people will stand together as one people under one flag. And that day, the children will be able to play in safety, and the elders will be able to rest their head in comfort. We need to have that kind of country. And if that is not the vision for your politics, miss me with your bullshit. Trinidad and Tobago was born to be paradise on earth, and we, the Progressive Empowerment Party, all of us, it is not just me, I am the biggest mouth in this party, but it is a grand alliance of people. It is a huge and growing mass, and we, every one of you, as you come on board, as you join this party, you are my family. You are Pepper, and we standing together, one people under one flag. I am calling on you to know and stand together in defense of Trinidad and Tobago. This Saturday at noon, 19 Stanmore Avenue, we meet again. This Thursday night on Frontline, host Janice Lemon Cricky, our PRO, will lead a panel, including yours truly, on an extra 2-hour-long Frontline that deals with the budget. We'll be taking calls. You could come and sit if you would like to be in the panel audience. If you would like, it is limited seating. If you would like to be in the panel audience for this live video, the Progressive Empowerment Party budget review, message me, message Janice Lemon Cricky, message Felicia Holder, message Richard Blaze, message any of the PEP members that you know, email us at peptrinbago@gmail.com. It is limited seating, do not stick. Do not try to call after and say, you're going to end up outside under the mango tree listening to it on a speaker. But we have limited seating. If you want to be in the audience, message us tonight. 347-4PEP is our number. peptrinbago@gmail.com is our primary email address. peptt.com is our website. PEP app, the PEP app, PEP is your app, is available free to download from any app store. There's a PEP YouTube channel that is growing. Sign up to it in case ever Facebook is down. This live video will automatically be done on YouTube. Know that. Go and find the PEP YouTube channel. Look for Maya Khan. Maya will tell you how to get it. So that if ever, for whatever reason, we blocked on Facebook, we're coming straight to YouTube. This is a real democracy. This is a real party. This is a real country. Let's make it so. This Saturday at noon, see you at 19 Stanmore Avenue. See you on Thursday night for the budget review. See you tomorrow for part 2 to this. And until we speak again, stay safe, Trinidad and Tobago.